Hi, I'm Adrian, and today we're going to be making hamburger meat with cream of mushroom soup and rice.
Tomato, spaghetti,
Here I have 2 pounds of hamburger meat that I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up. I'm going to add a little salt to it beforehand to taste. This is 90-10 hamburger meat. It doesn't have a whole lot of fat in there, so sometimes you might need to put a little bit of oil in there so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. But this is really good hamburger meat that I get from Sam's, and we'll go ahead and let that start cooking up here. And I'm also going to get my rice going. You need a big pan with a lid. I use the premium long grain parboiled rice. I also get that from Sam's. It's a great deal. It's $4 and something for a bag, and this lasts forever. And it doesn't stick. That's the best part. What you're going to do is, this is a serving for 6 people. You're going to pour 3 cups of water in your pan. Go ahead and turn that on high. You want to get that boiling. You're going to add a little bit of butter in there. And you're also going to need to add in some salt. And if you like your stuff salty, go ahead and put a good bit in there because it's going to be a lot of rice and it's going to be enough for about 6 people. And we'll go ahead and let that cook for just a minute and get that boiling. Go ahead and put your lid on so that your water will boil a little bit quicker. And just keep an eye on your meat and don't let it get stuck to the bottom. And you're going to want to make sure that you get all of the pink out. Cook this all the way through. Okay, I went ahead and cooked and drained my hamburger meat. There wasn't a whole lot of grease on there, but you want to go ahead and drain off as much of that as you can. And my water is just now boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of parboiled rice. And we'll just stir that a little bit. And what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to bring this back to a boil. And you see it's already starting to boil, and as soon as it starts boiling, you're going to cut your heat down to a medium-low so it simmers. You're going to put the top back on and leave it for 20 minutes. And you can just kind of keep an eye on it just to make sure it's not sticking, but for the most part you want to leave that lid on until that 20 minutes is up and it'll be done. Okay, so now for our hamburger meat, I'm going to add in 2 cups, or 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to start stirring this in. And I also like to add just a little bit of milk because otherwise this gets really thick and it can start sticking to the bottom of the pan. So once you kind of mix that in just a little bit, and you can add in any type of milk or add water, anything to kind of throw it out of the pan here. I'm just going to pour just a little bit in here. And you're going to want to put this on probably about a medium heat. And really this, once you've done this and you've warmed it up, it's done. So I like to leave it on for a little bit to let it cook really good, and that gives my rice time to cook. And if you do this at the same time and you leave this on the stove for a little bit waiting for your rice and you notice it's getting a little hard, just add a little bit more milk to it, heat it back up, and it's good to go. And this does feed probably about 4 to 6 people. We normally don't have leftovers when I make this, But this is a very simple, easy dish. It's very filling, and my kids enjoy it. My husband likes it, so I hope you enjoy it too. And as soon as the rice gets done, we'll come back and see how it looks. It's been 20 minutes now, and if you look in, you can see that the water's all gone from the rice. So just to make sure all the water's out, just kind of stir it a little bit, and it still looks a little wet. So what I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and turn it off so it doesn't burn, and just leave the top off and let some of that moisture come out, some of that steam come out, and it should dry up. If it doesn't and it's still really wet, just put the top back on there and let it cook for a little bit longer. But normally 20 minutes is it, and that should be good. Just taste it, make sure it's got plenty of butter, plenty of salt, and that's how you like it. And then normally what I do is I put the rice on a plate, and then I put some of the hamburger meat mixture on top of that, and it's really good together. And if you want to join us for our next video, we're going to be making a vegetable casserole that we're going to add to our meal. Hope to see you there. Thanks.